Hey friends, welcome back to Ball Homestead. My name is Beverly and I'm so glad you're here. It's been a few days since I posted and I wanted to explain why. We've been painting and I'm going to show you all that when we get our rolls going. But first we're going to make some pizza pockets. I saw this on Acre Homestead. She gave me the idea for this and I thought, tomorrow I'm going to be running around with my mom. We're going to be doing some stuff and I don't want to have to come home and cook. So I think I'm going to make some pizza pockets for Wayne to have for lunch tomorrow. They're super easy, super simple, and they will be delicious, I believe. So we're going to try those today. And while our rolls are rising, I'll show you our paint job that we've been working on tirelessly all week. All right, for our rolls, we're just going to make a half of a batch because I do not want to have a ton of these. I mean, I could probably freeze them, but I would prefer just to make enough for us to have tomorrow and see if it's something that we will enjoy. And I'm sure we will, but I don't want to make way too many. So we're going to half our dough recipe, and we're going to do 1 cup of water. If you wanted to do the full recipe, you would use 2 cups of water. And we need some yeast. And I may have to grab some. Let me do that. All right, I couldn't find a best by date on this, so we're going to go ahead and put the normal amount of yeast just in case it's not in date. I'm not sure. I just need to really be vigilant on using this yeast up. So we're going to add that, and we're going to add a little dab of sugar. Oh, about 1/4 of a cup, because the regular recipe calls for 1/2 of a cup. And we're going to add that in. Okay, that's plenty. And we're going to give that a little mix. Just mix it around a little bit. All right, we're going to let that set for a few minutes and let our yeast rehydrate and activate. And then we will add the rest of our ingredients. All right, it's been a few minutes. Our yeast looks active, so we're going to go with this and pray that they rise. I've had that in our pantry for a while, and I thought I really need to be vigilant on using that up. So we're going to add just a little bit of oil. Usually you can add oil, butter, whatever you would like to this. And we're going to add 1 egg. And now we are going to add about 3 cups of flour. All right, we're going to add about 3 cups of flour. And we're going to go from there. This dough is so simple to work with. And it's easy to work with, and it's very versatile. So I feel like it'll do really good with these pizza pockets. We need to add some salt, so I just added some sea salt in there. And we're gonna mix that and see where we're at in our flour ratio. I may need to add a little more. We will go from there when we see what we've got here. I like to use the KitchenAid because it does the work for me. I've worked all day. It's been a crazy busy week this week. A long week too, since we've been coming home and painting every day. But I'm glad we did. It looks so fabulous. All right, I can then tell we're going to need another cup of flour. So we're going to add that in. This flour is really fluffy. I'm going to add that in and let that mix with our dough hook. yeah, that's much better. All right, that's what we want. We don't want to let it overwork our dough too much, and we don't want a real dry dough. We want it to be a little bit sticky. That's kind of the consistency that I go for. I feel like it just does better. So we're going to get a bowl oiled. And we are going to let our dough rise. Okay. What I do is I spray my hands a little bit and just kind of rub them together, and I grab my dough out. Get it all out there. And like I said, it's a very soft dough. And then I just take with the oil bowl and just flip it around a few times, and we're going to cover it up and we're going to let it set for a bit. And once it's doubled in size, we'll come back and make our pizza pockets. All right, since it's going to take a bit for our bread to rise, I thought we would use one of our homemade muffin mixes and make some muffins for us to snack on this weekend. We have quite a few left and we need to get to using them. So we're going to make some of our muffins. For these muffins, I make these mixes ahead of time. I'll link that video in the description. But it's just pre-made muffin mixes we make at home, and then we add the rest of the ingredients. All we're going to need is about a half of a cup of milk, an egg, and a little bit of oil. And I only used a half a cup of milk this time. It calls for a full cup, but I'm using a full jar of pear sauce in this muffin mix. I have a ton of pear sauce we preserved this summer, and it will make these muffins delicious and moist, I believe. So we're going to add about a half of a cup of milk to that, and we're going to add this full pint of pear sauce along with egg, and mix all that up and get our muffins made. I love canning and preserving and having homemade mixes and things at home, because it's just so nice to go in there and grab one of those homemade mixes, put some of our home preservings in there, and make a delicious treat. We can use these for breakfast, for snacks, just whatever. And it all come right here, mostly from the homestead. I mean, some of the ingredients are store-bought, but we've made these mixes and we know what's in them. They don't have a bunch of things that we can't pronounce. So we're going to mix all that up, and then we're going to scoop them into our muffin tins. I like knowing what we're eating, and it saves so much money having things like this on your shelf. You can make homemade mixes super cheap, and you can make a bunch of them up at one time and have home canned pears, apples, whatever, blueberries, whatever you want to put in them, chocolate chips. The sky's the limit with these homemade mixes, and that's what I love about them. They're very versatile and very easy to do. Now I'm just going to get my pans out, and we're going to get them oiled well. I do not use muffin liners. I just don't. I do whenever I'm making cheesecakes and such, mini cheesecakes, but for muffins, I usually just spray my tins really good and put it in there. I did decide to add a few walnuts to these. I have some in the freezer that needs to be used, and so I added a few of those in there. And once we get that mixed around, we're going to get those pans out, get them sprayed, and get them into the preheated oven. I start my muffins out on about 325, and I let them go for a few minutes. 5 minutes, something like that. Then I kick the temperature up to 375. I feel like it just makes a moister, more delicious muffin. We're just going to get those tins sprayed, and I end up using a large cookie scoop to scoop all those muffins into the pans because I want a nice big muffin. I don't want little bitty baby muffins. I want something that you can have for a nice snack or a meal. These made 17. I could have easily gotten 18 because I had some that were overfilled a little bit. But in just a matter of minutes, we had muffins ready for the oven, and it was from our homemade pantry. And that always makes me feel happy. Plus, I love canning and preserving food to save us not only money, but like I said, we know what ingredients are in those items. I forgot and left a skillet in there, and I was getting that out. We're just going to keep scooping those full until we get all of our muffins into the oven. These muffins turned out phenomenal, friends. They are so moist. I think the pint of the pear sauce was the key to this. Usually I just add a half pint, and I just thought I'm going to try a pint in these today, and they are just so wonderful and moist. I think from now on I'm going to put a pint in them of applesauce, or maybe I'll do a half of applesauce and a half of apples, just to kind of give it a try. But they're so moist. I'll end up taking about half of these probably to the grandkids because we won't eat all these. We're going to get all those in the oven and get them baking. All right, friends, by no means is our kitchen perfect, but I'm loving it. It looks so much better. We've lived here. We bought this house new, and we've lived here almost 11 years, and we've really never done anything to it. So these cabinets are not real wood, so the outside was starting to peel off and stuff. So we painted them and put new pools on them, and we painted a couple of other things also. And we also added a new. I did some trading with a friend of mine. She sells a lot of stuff, and we did some trading. I had something she wanted, and so I traded this with a little boot for this brand new baker's rack. So I'm just going to kind of show y'all everything. Everybody knows what that's been following the channel knows what it looked like before. And now we have a new paint on the cabinets, which I'm super proud of. New paint on the island. We are considering getting a butcher block top for the island since I cook there so much, and the paint just does not last on that top. Either that or we're going to come up with a new solution. We also the china cabinet, which I am absolutely in love with. It is not real wood either, and I had actually considered tossing it. But after I got it painted, I'm so glad I didn't. It turned out so pretty, and it will last us quite a while. But I got it all painted this week. We finished the cabinets this week. So I ordered quite a few things on Amazon to organize pots and pans and such. And we did all the cabinets with these new things. I'm in love with these for under your sink. You get a 2-pack. I think it was a little over 20. I don't know what happened to my mic here. It just completely quit. But you get a 2-pack of these for approximately 20 bucks. I got them on Amazon. I'll link it in the description along with the other organization items that I got. I also got some for my casserole dishes. You can see everything's neatly stacked up in there. It'll be so much nicer to grab them out instead of having to unstack and do that every time that I want something. I also got some for the plates. That was basically all for the upper cabinets. I did have a couple of extras. I'm going to figure out something to do with those. But I'm super proud of the kitchen. I'm thankful that we were able to do it. It was not very expensive. All it cost was a little paint and such. So I'm very proud of it. I also wanted to add that I'm having my mom, she's making me some new curtains. I got that material in yesterday. I ordered it off Etsy. It's going to be fabulous. I'm so excited about that. She is going to make my curtains, though. I can make curtains, but she does a way better job, and I don't want to make a mistake because I wanted a tablecloth to match and a table runner for the bar. So I'm having her back for me, and my mother is a sweetheart. She's an amazing seamstress, and I know that they will turn out fabulous. So I'm excited about that. But I gave her that material today, so I'm figuring next week sometime those will be up. Friends, I'm loving my new, though improved paint job of the kitchen. Anyways, we're going to take a look at our muffins. We're going to go ahead and make these pizza pockets. I don't know. I mean, there's a little rise, but not as much as I would like. But I think these will be fine. What we're going to do is just kind of roll this into a ball. And then we're going to lay it out and just kind of flatten it. And we're going to add a little pizza sauce. This is some of our homemade pizza sauce. I hope these turn out delicious. Oops. Smells so good. We're just going to add a little dab of that. We're going to add some cheese. I have two kinds. I have some brie and some just regular cheddar. And today we're just going to start with the cheddar and go from there. I also have some pepperonis that I keep in the freezer because when I buy a huge container because it's way cheaper to buy a big old container of cheese than it is to buy a small one. And we're going to put about 3 of those pepperonis in there. And then we're going to kind of wrap this around this and kind of seal them off. A little bit sticky, but I think it'll be fine. Here we go. All right, we're just going to continue to kind of wrap this dough over these. It's really simple. It's real springy and stretchy. And make our little pizza pocket. I think these will be really good, friends. And I'm not going to say they're going to be perfect, but I think they will be delicious. So we're just going to continue doing that until we get all this dough done. All I do is a little dollop of pizza sauce, a little bit of cheese, about 3 pepperonis, and then I just kind of take my dough and wrap it around it. Oops. This dough is a little sticky. I should have used a little bit of flour, but I think we can make it work. I kind of screwed that one up. We're going to set that one aside. I kind of made a mess of it. Let me get my hands washed again because that one kind of exploded. spray my hands again. That makes a huge difference of handling the dough. Yeah, because it won't stick as bad. I'm going to leave this in my hand and see if it goes any better. Because it's been sticking to my little thingy here. We'll just add 2 this time. Oh, yeah. We're just going to keep doing that till we get all of our little pockets filled. I've already got the oven preheated. We just took the muffins out. They were done, so I went ahead and took those out. We're just going to keep filling our little pockets. Here we go. Just kind of flatten it out in my hand and add the other ingredients. There we go. All right, here is our pizza pockets. We ended up with 3, 6, 9, 10 of them. That'll be more than enough for us to eat on for probably a couple days. I decided I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of parm on these pizza pockets because I think that would be delicious. So, if I can get it opened, we're going to sprinkle this on top of them and get these in the oven. And hopefully they'll be delicious. Okay, now we're going to get these in the oven at 375 until they're golden brown. Okay, our muffins are done. Our beautiful muffins. They're so moist. I can just tell how soft and gorgeous these muffins are. Let me get a cooling rack and we're going to get these out. All right, we are going to set these over here on the cooling rack. And just like that, we have a snack, a breakfast, whatever here in just a matter of minutes because we took our time and prepared mixes to have on hand and not have to buy at the store. So that in itself is a time saver. We could have easily gotten 18 out of this because my middle one, a few of them were a little overfilled. But these muffins feel so moist. We're going to give it a taste. It's so warm still. Oh, yeah. So good, friends. And we just used some of our homemade mixes, some of our home canned pear sauce, our homegrown eggs, oil, a little dash of milk, and bam, we've got some yummy snacks. All right, today while I was at work, I made my granddaughter's birthday cake, and I wanted to show y'all how cute it turned out. I just bought these Addams Family theme things on Amazon, and it just turned out super cute. She's a huge Wednesday Addams fan. Our pizza pockets, I believe, are done. They are, some of them kind of busted a little bit, but that'll be okay. But they smell amazing, friends. Yummy, delicious little bites. We can dip these in ranch or marinara and have them all day tomorrow for lunch, snack, whatever. So I'm excited about having this ready for Wayne. So we got that, and we got this wonderful tray of Pear Muffins for tomorrow, for the weekend. I mean, we won't eat all these. I'll probably take some of these to my grandkids. We're having our oldest granddaughter's birthday tomorrow, so I'll probably take most of these over there to them once they're good and cool. Anyways, all right, friends, thank you for stopping back by our homestead. Please like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, goodbye.